Alright, so if you know a thing or two about E36s, you know that these window regulators are a mess. I'm not dealing with that today, but you'll notice the door card's missing on both the driver's side and the passenger side. That is another typical issue of the E36s. The door cards stick either to the frame or they come off the doors. I don't know why. The newest E36 you can buy is 23 years old. The oldest one is 30. You're gonna have that on these old cars. I do have the stock door cards, but even if I run self-tappers into the door, which it looks like somebody did at one point, they're still gonna end up coming back off. But Turtle Laboratories has a solution for us. I first saw the Turtle Laboratories door skins when Noor Hamadi did the aluminum door skins on his E36 M3. And as far as I can tell, they are the only company that does them for the E36 sedan. It's a pretty simple process. I'm going to mock them up by taping them to the inside of the door. I'm gonna mark all of the holes. I'm going to drill the holes. And the way you fasten them is entirely up to you. Some people are using riv nuts, so you can just unbolt the hardware and take them off. I'm just going to rivet them straight to the door because if I use aluminum rivets, they're easy to drill out if I do ever need to take them off. Once I have them all mocked up, I will be adding these GT4 inspired nylon door pulls so I can close the door easily from the inside. They're only 1/16 of an inch thick aluminum, so they are pretty light. Couple pieces of painter's tape, hold them up. Started marking holes. I drilled one and stuck a rivet in there, so it is being held up by that rivet now too. I'm gonna clean up all of this stuff before I put this on here long term because the inside of the door does look like trash. Good thing rivets are cheap because I wanted to see how it was mounted, so I did end up riveting it the whole way around. It fits super nice. The only thing I think I'm gonna do is run some trim around this just so it cleans it up a little bit. You don't need to, but I think it would look nice. So I'm gonna have to drill those rivets out to take it off. I'll clean up all of this stuff, or I might paint it. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I'm gonna clean that all up though. And then I think my door pulls are gonna go about here. The door pulls are gonna be the last thing that I do. I have to pull the OEM door cards off of the rear doors. The fronts were already off. The rears, I don't think anybody really ever sat back there. But I'll run a time lapse of me taking those off, and I'll time lapse me putting on one of the rears, as well as me putting on the driver's side. The driver's side has one extra modification, and all that is this opening here, which is for the mirror control switch. Because even in '95, BMWs had power tilt and adjust mirrors. They also had power windows, which I kind of wish this had crank windows. I might see about converting it because you can't have window motor and window regulator issues if they're crank. But how European of them. The window controls are on the center console by the shifter. That's why there's no hole for the window controls. However, in the rear there are, and the rears don't have any openings cut for that, so I'm probably going to cut those myself. And I got edge trim to run around this to clean that up a little bit. It'll fill that gap, and these are a little bit sharp. Not like sharp enough to cut yourself. Definitely could look a little bit cleaner. I already did it on the driver's side. It's just seamed there, and then it snaps around the edge. It takes a little bit of working to get it worked in there, but cleans it up pretty nice. Now is the perfect opportunity to mock up where the door pull is going to go. These are the door pulls. They came with these templates. All I have to do, I gotta drill these 2 small holes. This is 2 pieces. The screws will go through from the back side to hold that to the door. This, I'll drill it and then I'll slot it with a die grinder. The strap comes in from the back side, and then you bolt the pull strap itself into the car, which will be right about here somewhere. And I'm gonna do the driver's side first because I have that one out of the car, but I measured what my gaps are here and here, and I transferred that over to the passenger side already, so that one will be ready to go, and it'll be symmetrical once I go and pull those rivets out and pull this panel off. I got ahead of myself. I drilled those 2 small holes. I drilled these 3/8, and they need opened up. This is like 16 millimeter wide. So shout out Kyle, borrowing his M12 die grinder because I haven't invested in one of these yet, and that's how I'm gonna open that up. I'll check back. And that's the driver's side all mocked up. Just needs the mirror switch and the rivets run in, and the driver's side is done. I lied to y'all. I didn't set up a time lapse to do these. I was overwhelmed, and I got the backs done. The fronts are also done. They look good. This is cool. I trimmed these out with that edge trim. These work really well. Next up is suspension. If y'all would like to support, head over to horsepowerandpizza.com @horsepowerpizza on all platforms. Peace out. Build it for you.